50 vehicles, over 5,500 horsepower, 15 crores worth. This is our 16th anniversary special, the best of 2022.
1, 2, 3, 4.
In this video, we are giving away a cool wireless BMW i8 mouse to one lucky viewer. All you need to do is tell us which car did we refer to as a 2 BHK house. Watch the full video to find the answer and drop it in the comments below to stand a chance to win. Before we go ahead though, here's a brief on what is the best of 2022. Essentially, we take all the new cars of the year and we mean properly new ones, not just minor facelifts, and then we head to the Buddh International Circuit to test them out. Each car sets a lap time, which makes up part of its total score, while the overall scoring sheet also accounts for each aspect of a car and is judged by our team of experienced motoring journalists. After the scoring is complete, we compile the numbers, average them out to remove bias, and then the top 5 cars are crowned the best of 2022. And of course, we also have a special award for the Performance Car of the Year. Before we get to the awards though, we also do a jury round where members of the jury get to pick their highlights of the year, and it also gives us a chance to spot annual trends in the Indian automotive industry. This year's trend? Well, it might just be the biggest shift from the norm that we've seen so far.
Now, we've been talking about paradigm shift in the automotive industry for some time. But what you see on both sides of me right now is the very definition of that paradigm shift. Obviously, the theme for our 16th anniversary special, this best of 2022 feature, is these EVs. Because the electric car has well and truly arrived. Well, that's not entirely electric, but it's a plug-in hybrid from Ferrari. These cars are absolutely incredible, and they are here now and available. Of course, some of them are a little less attainable than the others. Let's start with something like the BMW iX. That feels like a proper paradigm shift. It's like a living room inside. It's minimalistic, but it's so incredibly comfortable. And it is so fantastic to drive. The Kia EV6, it's a little more attainable, it's a little bit more everyday, but it still feels, you can sense that paradigm shift. It just feels like the way forward. And if we're talking about way forward and the future, then the Mercedes EQS. Jesus Christ, this thing is like a leap into the future. Drive it at night and you're surrounded by multicolored lights and massive screens, and it feels like you've jumped into the set of your favorite sci-fi film. The question that we get asked every year is, why do we do this at the track? Now, we do it at the track because it's a controlled environment in which to push all of these cars to their limit, but also because we enjoy driving. So we wanted to see if these EVs embody that joy that you get when you get behind the wheel. At least that we do. Well, the Volvo almost tried to kill me on the track. It is super fun to drive. They are super fast, these EVs. The batteries are on the bottom of the chassis. The center of gravity is low. But when you start to push it, some cars are a little more organic than the others. The Volvo went into pre-safe mode, strangled me with the seatbelt and said, "What the hell are you doing? I'm not supposed to be driven like this." Well, we drive them like this so that you don't have to. But If you look at this entire spread of cars, they are so incredibly fast. And that is the difference between the internal combustion world and the EVs, is that instant power, instant torque, instant speed. And because the batteries are all on the floor, they've got low center of gravity and they are pointy and fast and actually really fun to drive. Now, the Ferrari, well, that's here at the track because we want to see how fast it can go and we want to really enjoy pushing it. And this is perhaps the best of both worlds. It's got that raw appeal of Ferraris of the past, and you can drive it in the city in pure electric mode and be green while you're preening in this absolutely spectacular, stunning machine. So what we have here is where the present meets the future. I think that's the theme for our 16th anniversary special. I hope you enjoy the rest of this feature and really get a sense of where we're headed as far as the automotive industry is concerned.
Like most years, the best of 2022 jury round has been a mix of many things. It's been exciting, it's been infuriating at times, it's been very tiring, but we'd had a stellar collection of cars and bikes this year. I don't review bikes, so I'll talk about the cars and the highlights of this year. The big deal this year is the fact that we don't have just the normal petrol and diesel ICE vehicles. We are seeing a host of new technologies that are being offered, amongst them full battery electric vehicles, hybrids, plug-in hybrids. And while there's a lot of confusion on what the future of motoring will be, we can see that a lot of new technologies coming to the market. Of course, the technology is coming at the lower end, at the higher end, so there's a lot of flux. But out of all of those cars, out of the just under 30 cars that we've tested this year, here are 4 of the highlights, the cars I think that really make the cut for me personally. First up in the regular, more affordable category is the Karenz. It's superbly practical. If you want a 7-seater, this is a brilliant car to have. The ride quality is fantastic. The interior looks really good. And I think one thing that people will really appreciate, especially in the diesel engine, the Karenz, is the fuel efficiency. It really makes running costs ultra low. And I think if you have a lot of commute, you need the space, you have a big family, the Karenz makes a lot of sense and is a definite highlight when it comes to practicality, running costs, and overall value. On the slightly higher end, I think the new Tucson is fantastic. I've always been a fan of the Tucson. I like the older one and it has its strengths. The edgy design is certainly one. In the right colors, it looks great. It's very cutting edge, and especially with the lighting, Hyundai has done a great job. The interiors have also gone up a notch. They're very plush. It features virtually everything that you could desire in a car, and with the option of petrol and diesel engines, it's also pretty good to drive. Of course, I'm a bit of a snob when it comes to luxury cars, and I think I've chosen the 2 best that we have this year. On my right is the EQS 53 AMG, 2.5 crores, yes, but the headline figures for me is not the price. It's the fact that this all-electric car has a range of nearly 500 kilometers and has 750 bhp and over 1000 Nm of torque. How is it to drive? Well, it's absolutely fantastic. You get excellent luxury, excellent comfort, and it goes like an absolute rocket. On the track, it was one of the fastest cars this year, and it's great to push. Yes, you can feel the mass. It's not a light car, but it's an experience in itself. On the other hand, I've been a sucker for Range Rovers. They look great, they have presence, and this new version is simply fantastic to drive. It feels much lighter than the older one. The version we have is the longer wheelbase, the extended wheelbase Autobiography with the 3-liter petrol engine. And well, fuel efficiency is not going to be great, but it's fantastic to drive. It almost feels like driving a small 2 BHK house on the road. You sit high up and you get a lot of respect from other road users. It also, like I said, is dynamically much better, sharp styling, and certainly remains one of the vehicles of choice for people with old money. It should be the case because at a price of 3.2 crores ex-showroom, you need to be really rich to be buying one. Be sure to catch other videos giving you more details about our event, how the jury round went, and very soon you'll also see the top 5 winners of 2022.
Stay tuned because up next will be the awards video where based on the scoring sheets, we will announce the 5 cars that make the best of 2022 as well as our performance car of the year. So subscribe to the AutoX YouTube channel and leave a comment below on which car you think is the best of 2022.